Charlie Kendall's Metalshop.
Oh, welcome back. And for this week's feature interview, we have a man who needs no introduction. Blackie Lawless, lead singer and composer for the storied shock rockers W.A.S.P. To kick things off, we wanted to know how the press reacted to the debut in 1984. Here's Blackie with his recollection.
Well, really, I think the thing that, and not just me, but the band as a whole, I think the thing that really, surprised us more than anything was the reaction that we got when we started touring. Because we had been playing in LA for quite some time, for about a year. And the local fan base here had gotten used to the show and were really into it. So when we took it to Europe the first time, we started doing interviews. And I would do, if an interview was 30 minutes long, for the first 25 minutes, the only thing they wanted to talk about was the show. And I was happy to accommodate them, but I realized, and you gotta remember, I hadn't really done many interviews at that point, but I quickly started to get the drift of the way things were going. And what was happening is, like I said, they wanted to talk about the show, but they didn't want to talk about the record. And I thought, this is strange. Why would they focus solely on the show? And I would tell them, I would say, well, yeah, we think the show is pretty good, but we also got this record over here too. What do you think about that? And then they were like, they weren't even listening. And we discovered early on that when you're doing something that's very visually heavy, like we were doing, an unfortunate byproduct of that is people start listening with their eyes and not their ears. And I would tell people, I would say, listen, we think this record is a pretty good record. Maybe you should really give it a chance. And like I said, they weren't disrespecting it, but they were just so focused on the show. And I would tell them, whether it's us or whoever it may be, any artist that's doing a show like we're doing, that's wonderful. But that music has to stand on its own, because you can't be driving down the road. We come on the radio, and we can't jump out of the speaker on your dashboard and just start doing that show. Those songs have to stand on their own. And if they don't, we really have nothing to talk about, because, we can all think of examples of bands that did shows and maybe did a good show, but the songs weren't that great. And if you don't have that, you will never have staying power.
Metal Shop.
The only show with teeth.